Hey guys, Planet Everything here, and today we're going to be discussing the MAVIC AIR. So this is a drone that just got released today, as in the day that I'm making this video, but I don't know how long until this is going to actually upload. Now, the battery life for this thing is not even close to the MAVIC. It is 22 minutes, or 21, 22 minutes, something around that. It's not a great battery life. It's better than the Sparks though. So this drone really falls in between the Spark and the MAVIC on both, on all of the criteria pretty much. So this is a drone it's extremely portable. It is so small, like you can put it in your pocket with the controller, and they have it specially made so that you can unscrew the actual knobs of the controller to put them into your bag, and it won't like mess with anything. So it's a really great idea and all, but it is a fixed focus camera, and it is it doesn't have a lot of features that the MAVIC does. Now, they stressed a lot about the camera, saying how good it was. And it is a great camera, don't get me wrong, but the MAVIC's is still better, and that is true in a lot of different ways. But the 4K 30 is the same on both drones, and that's great, but the 4K 30 on the MAVIC is cinema. Don't like ask me about that, because I'm not really completely sure. I just know that's what it is. But the Sparks is the Spark. I'm just gonna say it has a lot crappier quality than any of their other drones. Obviously, it's a 1080p drone with only a 2-axis gimbal, and this drone has a 3-axis gimbal with 4K 30, which is awesome. I was expecting 4K 60. I don't know why, but there were a lot of websites that were expecting 4K 60. I actually watched the event live, and I watched a ton of videos on the event and like the drones and the actual MAVIC AIR. The MAVIC AIR is coming in 3 colors: black, white, and red. So this drone, it's cool. It's super portable. 22-minute battery, which is not bad, especially because you can exchange the batteries. And what I've heard is that it's a MAVIC battery, but I don't think it's right. Devin Graham's video said that it was a MAVIC battery, but it doesn't look like a MAVIC battery, so I'm not sure about that. So if I'm wrong, just tell me, because I would like to know just as much as you. It's super small, so yes, they couldn't fit a really good camera in there, but it is a great camera. It is a nice camera that will not let you down on days that you are filming. It's just not as good as a MAVIC. So don't think that this is a replacement to your MAVIC, that you're going to go out there and sell your MAVIC and buy this drone, because I'm sure people are going to do that. And they're going to be disappointed, because there's a lot of features that are on this little MAVIC AIR, like intelligent flight mode and stuff like that. Backwards, downwards, forwards, facing sensors. Yes, that's great, but bells and whistles don't cover the fact up that you don't have as good of a camera on that drone. And it is, maybe in my mind, that's how it works. In other people's minds, maybe they love that they are not going to be able to crash their drone into a wall because it's got special avoidance ideas or something like that. It's got like this obstacle avoidance system that's really weird, but it's cool. So it does not have fixed wing mode, which a MAVIC would actually have. I don't know. I didn't see this on any other website or anything, but I didn't see compatibility with the VR goggles. I could be wrong, but I don't think that they're 100% compatible with it. And from what I've heard, the drone, it's really cool. It's fast. It's like It's not as fast as the MAVIC, but it's like nimble. It's like it goes fast and forward and makes those sport mode curves that everyone likes to see, and it's fun to play with. So I'm sure if you want, you should buy that drone. Even if you don't, you can buy this drone even not for just cinematography. You can just buy this to mess around with, which is kind of expensive for a toy. I mean, it's like $700. So if you want a toy, then just buy an RC racing drone. They're like $300. But these drones, this is, I can't say that this is as good as a MAVIC because the camera it's just not. The camera's not. But maybe you are okay with the fact that it has all these extra things that might cover up for the fact that the camera's worse. But the drone itself is really cool. It's really small. It's really compact, which really small and compact is great in addition to the MAVIC, because the MAVIC, it's great. It's really high quality, and you can do some really cool stuff with it that you can't do with this mini MAVIC. I'm gonna call it a mini MAVIC. The range on this mini MAVIC is like half the amount that it should be, or is. It's got special antennas that go like that in the landing gear. I don't know. They've designed integrated sensors. You won't even notice they're there, but they're white panels on the landing gear. But they're cool. This drone is really awesome. I was watching the event live. It was really kind of fun to see. I've never actually watched one of those events live, but it was awesome. I think the drone is great. It's a next level up in tourist drones, I think. But it's like a mix between tourist and hobbyist, because you can mess around with that drone. You can completely control that if you're a tourist and have no idea how to do it. You want it for a selfie camera that can go 30 feet away from you or something up in the air. But it also works for people who really want those good shots with the remote and all that good stuff. If you're one of those people, then this drone would work for you too. It's less expensive than the MAVIC, but it also has less specs because it's less expensive. And they can't offer all the same specs without adding that thing like $400 more than the MAVIC, because it's so small. And it's a great drone. And when I say it's like a tourist drone, I mean it's something that you would take with you to go to Hawaii or to go to the beach or something, and put your drone up in the air, take a picture, put it back in your hand. You can't land it on your hand. Unfortunately, I wouldn't land my drone on my hand because I'd be, I don't know. I mean, drones don't really hurt when they're like their propellers for these DJI drones. They're highly overstated as far as how powerful they are. They can't chop off your finger. They can't really do that much damage. I mean, I've gotten a pretty nasty scar from a Phantom 3 standard. But other than that, like MAVICs and stuff, they're not gonna do much damage to you. So don't be like scared to land your Spark in your hand. But I'm just not going to. I wouldn't do that because there's not really enough to hold on to, and it's really just landing on your flat hand. But this drone, it's cool. It's cool. You can control it with your hands. I don't know, but you can't like completely operate it without a remote. So it does come with a remote, which is nice. Something Spark didn't do when it released, at least. And it's a cool drone. It's something that I'm sure DJI is gonna get a ton of customers for. It's just something that's going to expand their customers even more. Like they're gonna have people in the middle between hobbyists and tourists who would want to have a camera that they can fly around, maybe every once in a while post a really cool edit on their Instagram, but not to the point where they want to be making videos that are really expressing like the beauty of nature or something like that. So there's a lot of different like ways to look at this drone, but I honestly think that I'm not going to get this unless I see something that really persuades me on that drone. I'm not gonna get it, but I would much rather buy the GoPro Fusion 360. But I don't know. We'll see. So it's a great camera. It's a great drone. If you want it, go ahead and get it. It's not, there's really no downside to it. It's just not a replacement for a MAVIC. It is an addition to a MAVIC, in my opinion. The specs show to the point where it's not a replacement of a MAVIC because it does not have better specs. But if that couple square inches, couple ounces, or couple 100 ounces, like, off of it, means that much to you, then sell your MAVIC. Get this one. It's not going to be disappointing you. There's not much of a difference in the camera to the point where you're going to be flying around and you're going to see on your phone a difference between the two footages. Yeah, if you blow it up onto a 5K screen, you might be able to see a bit of a difference, but not even that much. It's not going to be something like night and day. It's going to be very similar pictures. It's not something that you're going to be worrying about with like just stuff that shouldn't happen with your camera, because DJI is better than that. Even their 1080p camera is admirable in comparison to some of GoPro's GoPros. So honestly, there's a lot of great ways to look at this. There's a lot of crazy things you can do with this drone due to the amount of portability, because you can fit it in a pocket, which is a big part of it. It's even smaller than the Spark because of the fact that it has those foldable wings, and it's just a really cool drone, if you ask me. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Go check out the merch in the description, Planet Everything stuff if you want. If not, that's fine. But if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, but also please share with your friends, because you know, sharing is caring.